Hello everyone. Happy New Week. So it's me again. I'm Irena Anggreni, wellness leadership coach and your partner in mental fitness. So I thought to start this week with a very cheeky live. You attended a workshop. Now what? So I attended the workshop recently. In fact, I was giving a workshop a couple of weeks ago. Peak Performance Without Burnout, the Modern Leader's Roadmap. Now, if you join me for that workshop, great. If not, no worries. This will also apply to you because this question might be sitting at the back of your mind. Maybe you're not saying it out loud, but you're feeling it. Often you left a workshop, a great workshop, or a retreat, or a meeting, energized, motivated, with pages of notes you scribbled and a clear vision of what you wanted to change. You were ready to transform how you lead, how you work, how you show up, and so on. And then life happened, right? So if you're joining us for the first time here, welcome. And what I'm about to share applies to anyone who's ever attended a great workshop or even a life-changing retreat, or read an inspiring book, or learned powerful strategies and then struggle to make them stick in real life. Welcome to drop a quick hello in the comments and also share with us what's the last workshop, course, or book that you really got excited about. And honestly, like, how much of it are you still applying today? So let's talk about what actually happens after a powerful workshop experience. And I see my cat also, maybe he has something to say in the meantime. Excuse if you hear some meowing in the background. So I think it's important for us to normalize this journey. Yeah, because it is very common, like right after a workshop or a retreat experience, you're on fire. You are implementing, you're motivated, and you're seeing immediate results, right? And you think, okay, this is it. I finally cracked the code. And then the week after, you're still doing okay. Maybe you missed a day or two of your new habits, but you're mostly on track. And you tell yourself, okay, this is just a busy week, so I can be a bit lax here and there. But then the week after that, the old patterns start creeping in again, and you notice you're reverting to previous behaviors. And then you start thinking, maybe I'm just not disciplined enough. And beyond that, week 5 or 6 and after, you may feel like you're back where you started. And the experience, the workshop, feels like a distant memory. You might even feel a little guilty about wasting that opportunity. Now, does any of this sound familiar? If so, type yes in the comment. I want you to know that you are not alone. Yeah, it's a big yes for me. I've been there many times. And here's what I want you to understand. This pattern isn't a reflection of your character, your discipline, or your capability. It's not a reflection of you as a person. It's a reflection of how our brains work and how change actually happens. So, yeah, just full honesty here. It's happened to me many times. And even as a coach teaching these concepts, I still catch myself also falling into old patterns. Like, for instance, just last month, I attended a fantastic workshop on using AI for productivity. I was so inspired. I implemented some things for about 3 to 4 days, and then gradually, I got busy. I kind of forgot about it, and I was back to my old system. Now, the biggest difference that I'm grateful about is that I don't judge myself harshly for it. That I'm not beating myself up further for this, because I understand this is what's happening in the brain neurologically, and of course, now there are strategies to course correct with compassion rather than criticism. So one small action I took actually was sharing these AI tools, AI productivity tools with my team member, and sharing my intention also with these tools to create accountability. So let's see how that goes. I will update you. So let's get into the science, because it's a lot about neuroscience. So why does this happen when we want to change something in our life? We want to change our behavior. So what's really going on is that why we find it so impossible sometimes. First, your brain, all our brains are wired for efficiency, not change. So there's your current patterns, and even the ones that actually don't serve you. They are familiar routes to take, and your brain sees them as the safe and energy efficient one to always execute each time. And when you want to create new behaviors that require more of your mental energy actually, and your brain interprets that as a threat, kind of like, oh, this is like sucking so much of my my energy reserve. So kind of like, that's why I will try to make this as difficult as possible. That's how the brain works. And secondly, workshops or retreats, they create artificial conditions because you are in a cocoon environment, you are focused, inspired, and away from your usual stressors and pressures. So this is like learning to drive in an empty parking lot versus the rush hour of traffic. The skills you use are still the same, but the conditions are just completely different. And thirdly, we covered about saboteurs in the workshop. So your saboteurs, these negative thought patterns that we've discussed more elaborately in the workshop, these saboteurs love to hijack your momentum. For instance, your judge may say like, see, you're not disciplined enough. Or your hyperachiever says like, you should be further along by now. Or your avoider says, oh gosh, this is too hard, maybe later. So let me ask you this. So when you notice you're slipping back into old patterns, what's the first thing you typically tell yourself, honestly? So welcome to share this in the comment or DM me if it feels too personal, too private. I'm curious about the patterns I'm seeing. And the key insight is this. The problem is not that you are not applying what you learn. The problem is that you're trying to apply it without addressing the underlying mental fitness. As long as the foundation is not solid, your saboteurs will keep hijacking your efforts. So let's dive back into that again. Mental fitness. You remember mental fitness? It's your capacity to handle life's challenges with a positive mindset rather than stress, anger, or negativity. Now think of it this way. You can learn all the best strategies in the world, but if you don't have the mental fitness to implement them consistently under pressure and in your kind of like just normal environment, these strategies just remain good ideas. And here's what I discovered working with many leaders and also in my own journey to successfully bridge the implementation gap. It's not about being more disciplined or strong-willed. No, the key is your mental fitness. Because when you're mentally fit, you're able to catch your saboteurs and anticipate them before they derail your progress. And you can use these techniques. I demonstrated a technique called PQ Rep, very simple, to reset your mindset in the moments of stress. And you can approach setbacks with curiosity and compassion rather than judgment. And also you're more able to bring your sage perspective that every problem, every challenge can be turned into a gift or opportunity. And also you can connect more like, okay, your day-to-day habits with your deeper values. Now let me give a concrete example. So one of my clients kept falling back into the pattern of checking emails first thing in the morning, even though she knew that it set a reactive tone for her entire day. Yeah, kind of like first thing in the morning, she already got bombarded with all things external. So instead of trying to force herself to change through willpower alone, so in our work, we address the underlying pattern and we identify that it's her controller, saboteur, that was driving this email checking compulsion, let's say, because it made her feel like she was on top of things, And okay, once we understand this and she understood this, she could intercept that pattern. Now when she feels the urge to check emails first thing, she pauses and asks, what does my wiser self want to prioritize this morning? And often the answer is, yeah, I want a calm, gentle warm up for the day, setting my own intention first, and to have the first 10-15 minutes, at least truly for myself. And this simple shift has transformed not just her mornings, but her entire approach to the day, and also day to day. So this breakthrough wasn't just learning a new strategy, right? Like it is about building the muscles. It's the mental fitness to implement that strategy consistently. So that takes action, and that's what builds your mental muscle. Now, how to bridge this forward? Because if you're sitting there thinking, okay, yeah, I attended that great workshop, now what? So here's what I want you to know. Your experience, your workshop experience or retreat experience was not wasted. Yeah, the insights you gained are still valuable and the motivation you felt was real. What you need now is the bridge between knowing and doing. And on that topic specifically, you don't need more information. You don't need more knowing. So what you need actually is support for implementation. Yeah. So you need strategies that work in real world conditions, not just in the workshop or retreat settings. And also keep this in mind. You don't need perfect discipline. Forget about it. What you need is this mental fitness practice that makes sustainable change feels natural rather than forced. Yeah, because you want to build habits for life. Yeah, and that's why it needs to feel easy and inviting, that you're in the flow instead of, kind of like always like push, like you're always forcing yourself and you don't really like it, you don't enjoy it. Yeah, so I hope you're with me in that. Okay. And one of this support on your path forward is a program that I'm running this summer. Yeah, this is all this exactly. It's why I'm running this program. It's the Mental Fitness Accelerator to build powerful habits for a positive mindset as you're implementing. And I want to give you a heads up. Applications are now open, so you can apply and get started anytime within this month. So to tell you a bit about this program, it's a 7-week long program, and there's some neuroscience foundation as well, why it's 7-week long, why it's not only 3 weeks, why it's not just 5 weeks, because like 7 weeks is where like the habit can really be observed as new neural pathways in your brain. So that's why it's 7-week long program. And after that, like it's a self-paced learning for the whole year for you. And the objectives that I want to support you with is that you get to activate your brain towards more positive, productive thinking, and also develop practical skills to navigate stress and overcome self-doubt, and consistently also perform at your best. Yeah, basically you develop skills that will serve you for life, and you bridge the gap between the insights you already have and the daily reality of implementing them. So you are invited to send your application, and why not? Let's maintain this momentum even when life gets messy, okay? And I don't want you to just wait until like the program starts. Yeah, even if you send your application today, don't wait. And these are a few things that you can do right now. So first, if you feel it's needed, like you can come back to the replay of my last workshop, Big Performance Without Burnout. I leave the link as a comment in this. And also don't forget to practice radical self-compassion. Yeah, so don't beat yourself up that see, I'm not disciplined enough, or I'm not I'm not good enough to, or maybe this is not for me. So this negative thinking, just park it aside and practice radical self-compassion instead. So for instance, next time you notice you slip back into an old pattern, instead of judging yourself, just simply notice it and ask, like, what can I learn from this? What did I discover? Okay, and how can I intercept it better next time? And secondly, try out this the PQ reps, this exercise, this technique that I shared with you, even if it's just 10 seconds or just the length of 3 breaths. One easy way is indeed like observing your breath, just really notice the movement of the subtle movement of your body, or just counting the breath 3 times and putting your attention there. Focus completely on the sensations, because this simple act, though it seems like, okay, does it do anything at all? This is actually like a rep, if you do in the gym. So if you do that consistently multiple times a day, this will strengthen your self-command muscle. And then you are more able to intercept your saboteur. And thirdly, I'd love to invite you to reconnect with your why. Your why, the big why, not just the surface level reason why you want to change, why you want to be more productive and so on, but go deeper to the emotional driver. Ask deeper and deeper why. Why do you want this change? And what becomes possible in your life when you consistently implement what you know. Even like if it's like, okay, I just want to be productive. Why? Maybe so I can not work long hours each time. And why? So I can spend more time with my loved ones. Why? Because they matter to me. Like maybe like I have a newborn that I want to watch grow up and so on. And with that, so this is the take home reflection for you. What is the smallest step that you are willing to take today towards that change? What is the smallest step you are willing to take today towards that change? And it's small. I ask smallest step, and it's it's something that feels easy. Of course, easy peasy. I can do that. Maybe you can do it in 2 minutes. That's it. Because you don't have to always carry the pressure or bully yourself into taking like one massive step each time. Allow yourself to kind of, okay, like this is my first smallest step I'm willing to take today, even if it takes 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Don't worry, don't judge yourself for that. And again, if you want to share in the comment or DM me, I'll be happy to celebrate with you, once you have done that, because it is also, kind of a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, right? So this is like that one step. All right. So to wrap it up, let's close with doing a PQ wrap together right now. And I will guide you, to do this, and I'm doing that with you, so you can touch your fingertips together and gently rub them, so you can feel even the ridges, the sensations, and really focus on the sensation. Noticing the texture or the landscape here of your hand, your fingers. And notice, you can release the hand now. Notice how this brief moment actually shift your mental state towards more presence, hopefully towards more calm as well. So this is the PQ wrap I mentioned about. This is the mental fitness in action. So in closing, I want you to remember again that this gap between knowing and doing is not a character flaw, and it's an implementation skills gap. And like any skills, it can be developed. So what you experience in the workshop or webinar or from reading a book or listening to a podcast, this is the beginning of your journey. It's not, it's not the end. And what you need now is the bridge that connects your insights to your daily reality. So again, if you're ready to finally bridge that implementation gap, you're invited to apply to this Summer Mental Fitness Accelerator program. And I'll be sharing, yes, I share that also here in the QR code, and I'll be sharing the link as well in the comments, and you will see that in my upcoming posts as well. So in the meantime, please do share, kind of what's your smallest step that you're willing to do today in the comments, or you can DM me. And thank you for being here. I hope to see you again soon. And if you apply for the summer program, we'll talk soon in the call.